de trabajar en Parity junto a Gavin a pasar a crear y ser fundador de su propio proyecto, impulsando así Real World Assets. Sí, en este caso tuve la oportunidad de conocer a Tim y a Tom y entrevistar a uno de ellos. ¿Quieres saber un poco más acerca de su proyecto, que es Archisinal? Quédate que te lo cuento. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Brian del vídeo y vamos a ver un formato de entrevista un poco diferente, que ya os contaré más adelante por qué lo estamos haciendo así. Así que para conocer un poco más acerca de este proyecto, conozcamos primero quién es Tom, un poco su background y por qué decidió fundar Archisinal.
So my name's Tom, it's lovely to be here today. So I'm the co-founder of Archisinal. So Archisinal has been being built for the last 2 years now, but really only the last sort of 8 or 9 months where myself and my co-founder left Parity to work full-time on this. So Archisinal is a real-world assets project which is tokenizing construction information in the architecture, engineering and construction industry. So we're starting off by just tokenizing architectural designs, attaching intellectual property to that, and then over time we're going to build in towards being a bit more of a full project management suite.
Como sabemos, al final Real World Assets abarca una gran variedad de activos y que los vamos a traer de una forma u otra de ese mundo Web 2 a representarlos en Web 3. Realmente, ¿cuál es el producto que quieren llevar en este caso de este mundo centralizado a Web 3?
Sure. So the architecture, engineering and construction industry makes up about 15% of the world's GDP. However, in terms of technological advancements, it is very slow and it's very far behind. So, for example, I think only hunting is actually less advanced in technology. So it's a huge industry and we think that there's huge potential to use new technology such as blockchain to be able to make increases in both productivity and efficiency. So my background, I used to work as a quantity surveyor in the construction industry. Tim used to be a chartered accountant, he still is. And what we want to do really is tokenize real-world assets in architecture, engineering and construction, build a suite which is bespoke for this, and then over time we want to build a dispute resolution toolkit where basically key events, milestones, information that's put on chain that can be queried, and if there's ever a dispute, it can be resolved using our platform. So we believe there's massive potential for this in not only the construction and architecture industry, however, it's what we know. So we're going to start off with that, and then over time we're going to build out and look at things maybe like healthcare, insurance, etc.
Y una de las preguntas que yo me hago es por qué en este caso proyectos del Web 2 vendrían a Web 3. ¿Por qué hay proyectos que querían venir a Archisinal? ¿Cuál creen que es el incentivo para que vengan a construir de forma descentralizada? Pero a todo esto siempre hablamos de una adopción. La adopción al final también vendrá de la mano de qué tan difícil puede ser que estos proyectos vengan.
Cool, yeah. So I think it's really important when not just us but other blockchain-based projects are selling themselves, and sometimes we're all guilty of this. We get too lost in talking about blockchain and all of these different use cases for it and the integrations. When you're selling to enterprise businesses, it's really important to remember time and cost are going to be the two big driving factors in any business-based decision. So we believe that using the Archisinal platform, over time you can save time and money, but because the processes that we're executing on our platform are a lot more streamlined. So I think that is really the key selling point when you're talking to enterprise businesses. We save you time and money. It's all about the planning. So if we can create systems where the planning process, the management of data, we're removing the amount of data silos, then we can create an environment where people are saving time and money.
¿Cuál creéis que es realmente uno de los principales retos que pueden tener en este caso este proyecto para que otros proyectos en Web 2 puedan ver como este mundo Web 3 suficientemente eficiente?
Yeah, the biggest barrier I think that we have is perception and education. So there's software called Building Information Modeling, which is also known as BIM. And that's been around in the construction industry for over 25 years now. However, people don't know how to use it properly and people still consider it new technology. So what we really need to focus on at Archisinal is going to these traditional businesses who aren't so technologically savvy. It's an industry which is dying for digitization, and explaining to them the benefits of this. So how we do this is we've been running brand activation events in Latin America over the last 6 months. We're back in Europe for a few months doing things like this. But we speak to real businesses every day, and I think once you take away the sometimes difficult concept of blockchain and we just say we're an on-chain data room, then people start to understand why this is important.
¿Y por qué deberíamos arriesgar si estos chicos al final estaban trabajando en Parity de una forma segura, pero decidieron que su futuro está en ser cofundadores, hacer crecer este proyecto, el cual se está enfocando en real world assets? ¿Cuál es la razón principal de arriesgarse y hacer crecer un poco más esta industria?
Sure, yeah. So obviously Tim and I both met working at Parity together about 2 years ago now, and we started to really spend a lot of time in our evenings. We'd stay behind in the office and we'd think about ways that we could work together, different projects, ideas, and we started to really focus our time on Archisinal whilst balancing a full-time job at Parity. So it becomes difficult to balance the time sometimes, and I think that it got to a stage at the start of this year when the progress and the momentum was really building up around Archisinal that we had to take the plunge, and it was a difficult decision to make because I loved my time at Parity, met some amazing people here, but we had to really kind of be fair with ourselves and say, well, you've always got to take that plunge as a founder at some point. You know, everybody wants to have the stable job and the stable income, but also pursue something which is really important to you. And it just got to a point at the start of this year that it just made sense for us. And obviously Parity were going through the decentralization process as well, and I think there's never a perfect time to take that step, but I think that was as good as we were going to get.
Y algo muy bueno de los chicos es que al final tienen esa red de contactos que han podido crear en Parity y al final también con todo el ecosistema que están cociendo, que veremos próximamente en Argentina, más en concreto en Buenos Aires.
We're running the world's first on-chain architecture competition, which will launch next year, and so that will be secured by the Polkadot network. We're partnered with the University of Buenos Aires, and we're going to be hosting this competition, and the winning design is going to be built in real life. Super exciting for us. The University of Buenos Aires is a free-to-attend university. The lecturers don't get paid. A lot of them are alumni, and so they have a really good flywheel of you have good students come through the university, and then part of kind of paying it back, as it were, is that you come and lecture at the university, and it's really impressive because Argentina is a top 100 university globally. I believe it's the second best in Latin America. So they don't have the funds to redevelop new parts of their campus. So, you know, what we said to them is we'll give you some new facilities which you don't have to pay for, but we want to have an environment where we can test out our product. That's super important for us because when we go to traditional construction, architecture, engineering companies, they're going to want to see use cases and past studies around this. So we're running the architecture competition, and this will be the first of a series. And really we want to activate local communities around the globe. So we want to do football stadiums, culturally significant landmarks, things that are going to get people interested, because then as well we're going to be bringing Web 2 and non-crypto native people onto the Polkadot platform, and that's how we plan to get volume there.
Y algo que me gusta mucho, que lo habéis oído mucho en este canal, es que al final la intención es que muchos proyectos utilicen Polkadot sin saber que están utilizando Polkadot, así viéndose beneficiados por nuestra tecnología. A todo esto, ¿te has preguntado realmente cuál puede ser el producto que a Tom le guste más traer a este mundo Web 3?
My favorite asset. So my dream is to be able to build a football stadium, right? Run a competition using the Archisinal platform and see it built in real life. But really just designs, creativity, and then just keep making improvements in efficiency and productivity.
Yepa. Antes de despedirnos, Tom nos deja un pequeño mensaje.
Sure, I mean, really the message that we've got right now is come and join our community, Archisinal. We have an ambassador program that's live, and we're a grassroots project, and we have a load of people that help us, and they do amazing work for us. So if anybody wants to collaborate, share information, or if they want anything built as well, come and hit us up.
Dicho todo esto, gente, muchas gracias por estar un día más aquí. Espero que les haya gustado este diferente formato de entrevista. Os tengo que ser sinceros, viajar en este caso a Berlín para conocer todas estas personas es un puntazo más que me llevo como miembro activo del ecosistema, y os lo trato de transmitir a vosotros siempre de la mejor forma y más transparente posible. Sin embargo, os tengo que decir que desafortunadamente no vais a ver dos entrevistas que pudimos hacer tanto a Hyperreach como asimismo a Angela Dalton de .play, porque quise probar en multicámara, como visteis en la entrevista anterior con Max Revolve, pero soy honesto, tener que vigilar a una persona todo el setup realmente no va a salir las cosas como quieres. Entonces nos hemos visto con las entrevistas totalmente desenfocadas porque tocas la cámara sin querer o cualquier cosa y no veremos este tipo de entrevistas. Sin embargo, me estoy planteando hacer este formato de entrevistas que habéis visto hoy, obviamente de forma mejorada, ya que no tenía previsto hacer exactamente este formato, pero también tuvimos problemitas con esta entrevista que al final hemos podido resolver, o eso espero. Déjame en los comentarios qué te ha parecido, si te mola este formato y que traigamos más entrevistas de esta forma pero mejorada. Dicho ya todo esto, gente, muchas gracias por estar un día más aquí y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo.